It's the talk of the nation on 1053 and 1089 medium wave. This is Talk Radio UK.
Mark in Bayswater, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to speak about the sexual harassment thing I heard on the news.
Yes, what would you like to say?
Well, I'd like to say that it's happening to me at the moment, in my office. And my boss is sexually harassed.
It's 109 Policeman's Fart Destroys office. I'm Simon Viper. Here's my stuff. Hello. That greeting in full later, but first, thugs, fear, violence, chickens, and so-called scum.
Mike, how did that get through?
What did I miss?
Oh, wow.
Good call?
Oh, yes, that was a good call. Let's go back to the phones. Hello, who's there?
Yes, hello.
Speak to me.
Well, I'd like to talk to Al
You've got straight through, don't worry.
about the snow. I'm calling from Leeds.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, it's not snowing up here, and I really don't care about the other callers saying that there's snow all over the place.
Finally, this bulletin, everything's crap. That's the finding of a new report, which I wrote myself this morning. The weather, dark on the M25 in Cornwall, crashed lorries on the Speed 4096 in east-west Kilbride. There's Strathclyde and Merseyside colliding. The M6 on the Isle of Wight has no cars. The M9 doesn't matter. This is Talk Radio UK, hormone-driven for the 90s. It's 84 minutes to 2.
Z100.
Oh, wow, where are they
We'll
coming
bring you the latest as soon as we get it. Updates as they happen. Live from my face.
Here's a message from
I think I'm about to happen.
the radio station
This is my moment.
that cares.
Yes. It's my moment, and I'm on. It's 2 o'clock. This is my job.
Now, back to the record.
I'll tell you what you could do. During the programme, with my microphone, you know you have those big fluffy balls that you put on it to stop it popping?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't use one of them. So what you can do, it's in the studio, so somehow, during my programme, when I'm not looking, or when nobody's looking, you can put the windshield on the mic. And that would be a sign, wouldn't it? That would convince me, Margie.
You mean if I pass over or someone else out there?
Somebody who's listening, if they could somehow, during the course of my show, because I don't put a windshield on my microphone, if they could make it appear or make it move, if they could make the windshield move from one side of the mixing desk to the other, then that would be definitive proof for me.
Yeah, you'd soon leave the studio then, wouldn't you?
I'd be out of here, you wouldn't believe. So, yeah, you just have dead air, but that would be a sign, and that would convince me. So we'll offer this challenge to ghosts. Move my black windshield from the right-hand side of my desk to the left-hand side of my desk. That would be good.
But how would we know whether you're telling the truth?
Hey, it moved.
No, it didn't. No,
Okay.
because yes, you twat. What did you do that for?
The light was...
Bloody hell, what a pest. I was trying to be serious here, and we're doing some proper stuff, and you have to go and...
I thought it moved.
Listen, if any ghosts listening, if anybody want to do this, then just move my black windshield from the right-hand side of the mixing desk to the left-hand side of the mixing desk. Lines are busy, as always, but just keep redialing, and you'll get through one of these days and have the pleasure of talking with me, as has Richard in Poole. Hello, Rich.
Hello, it's Ian in Brighton, actually.
It says Richard in Poole on my screen, but yours... Oh, yes, I picked the wrong line. Don't worry, Ian.
Okay.
Richard in Poole, if you're listening, will be with you after this. Ian in Brighton, yes.
Hello there.
Not out of sorts this evening, and please forgive me.
That's all right, Al.
Go on. Go on.
Yeah, it's a ghost story, actually.
Yes?
When I was serving in the Air Force, up at RAF Lehman in Brighton, we used to visit a pub there called the Busby Stoop, which was in a village called Busby Stoop. And they used to have a rocking chair, which has now been put up in the attic because a certain person came at the end of a hangman's noose, and during the Second World War.
Could you possibly try to speak slower, Ian?
Yeah, will do. During the Second World War, Canadian Air Force men came and served at RAF Leeming, and every time that somebody went into the Busby Stoop pub and sat in the chair, met with a grisly end. Now, where the chair's been put up in the attic,
do me a favour, Ian. Go to the Busby Stoop and sit in the chair. In your sleep, there's this thing called sleep paralysis, where you go into some sort of weird state and you imagine that you're awake and you can see little goblins and things. And that's the explanation for alien visitations. It's all in your brain.
Yeah. No.
You don't agree with that?
No.
Have you seen aliens? Have you been abducted or anything?
No. I've seen at close range, about 100 feet. I have seen a UFO. Yes.
Right. And were you frightened?
I was interested. I was shaking, yes. I was in the car. Unfortunately, I didn't have a camera. I went straight back, got a camera, came back, it was gone. Obviously.
Always the way. Always the way.
But,
so I'm thinking perhaps there are listeners out there who have been abducted by aliens. Apparently, it's quite a common occurrence. What did they say? 1 million people in America? 4 million people?
For a start, people shouldn't laugh about the subject because, it is rape. I mean, these aliens are taking them into space.
They take you into a spaceship and they put probes into your bottom and they look inside and they interfere with you.
Yeah, big black eyes and all sorts of things. But
shocking. So if you have been abducted by aliens and had a rectal probe forced into your buttocks, then do give us a call and tell us if you have been abducted by aliens. Tell us what they were like and what they did and what they said. The telephone number is 0345 1053 89. I just noticed we've received another fax from London News Radio. It says, News Talk increases audience at expense of Talk Radio UK. Despite an early drop in audience figures last week after the launch of Talk Radio UK, London News Talk has recovered its share and is even now consolidating it as listeners desert Talk Radio for News Talk in droves. Now, it's obviously a lot of crap. It's not true because they're all listening to me except for Pat, who they're welcome to it.
Well, she's still listening, isn't she?
But I noticed from the fax machine it was sent from is at Capital Radio. It's been sent from Capital Radio, so they're listening to us as well. The fact is, the length and breadth of Britain, competing radio stations are listening to Talk Radio UK because we're the only station that makes decent, entertaining radio. You get sick of hearing the same 15 records hour after hour, and you get sick of hearing the same dull, boring, flatulent gits who pretend to be able to do phone-ins on radio stations the length and breadth. The only decent talk happens here at Talk Radio UK.
Yes, and I have to say we are sweeping the nation. I mean, Al-Mania is just getting ready to start. I mean, it's going to be Al-Mania.
Wow, I can't wait. We're taking off, we're going to be big. You can say you were here in the first stages of the Wild Owl program before he became mega famous. Now, it says on my screen that he has a hitman who's got a contract out on me. Apparently there's somebody out there in Britain who is contracted to do a hit on me, Mike. Can you believe this? Look at that. He went off the line because he was frightened or he got bored, but apparently there's a hitman, and my name's on his bullet.
How much do you think you're worth?
It probably runs into tens of thousands, doesn't it?
We should take up a collection to try to...
What did this guy say, Kev?
Well, this hitman apparently said he had a contract out on you, and he wanted to know how you wanted to be taken out.
How do I want to... I don't know.
I think he was a bit of a nutter, but
it's a moot point because it's in my contract. Remember the third clause that I have to lay down my life for you. So he's got to get through... Well, first he's got to get through Ransford, because Ransford is our big...
Ransford is our security guy.
Big-ass bullets to shoot Ransford down.
He's huge. You're gonna need...
If you manage to get by Ransford, you got to get through me, so...
I've heard something else, Al. Scotty McClue, apparently a caller who didn't want to go on air from Scotland, phoned him up and tried to get Talk Radio on air, and he got as far as talk and was dumped.
So... We're terrified.